Hi there, it's wee Claire here, and this is Game On Expo, and I'm sitting here with the wonderful Steve Downs. It's the Master Chief himself. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Claire, and Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Actually, I have a my own little Master Chief Christmas ornament. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
Uh, I was just at a show, convention a couple of days ago, and a fan, her name is, let me give her credit, Elizabeth Cox, made this for me for the tree. So it's my very first Master Chief Christmas ornament.
It's your first.
It's my very first, yes.
I love
So
it. Well,
that's fun. Yeah.
we're going to talk about all things Christmas, but before we do, we get a little bit wistful at the end of the year
Yes.
and we think about the year that was. So, how was 2024 for you, Steve?
Well, it was Claire. It was sort of. I don't want to. The best of times and the worst of times, maybe grossly overstating it, but it from a Halo standpoint, it was fantastic. We got to see a lot of people, went to a lot of shows. It was just wonderful. The only show that I was not able to go to, which I missed this year, is the Halo World Championships out in Seattle, which Jen Taylor and I have been to the last couple of years. But we could not go this year because of the video game actors strike, which has been going on since July, and that prohibited us from appearing in anything that would be construed as promoting the game or the franchise, which is unfortunate. But it's what's happening is that we're trying to get some protections with artificial intelligence, and it's really about being able to have control our own image or voice and how it's going to be used. AI is inevitable. We're not trying to stop the use of it. We just like to be able to um, have a say in it. If a digitized sample of my voice is going to be used in ways that other than what I originally recorded, I would like to know what those are, how it's going to be used, and how I'm to be compensated for it. And that's what's at stake here with the strike. And so far, the game publishers we have not been able to come to any agreement. This has been going on for months and months. The good news is we're still talking, so hopefully some agreement can be made. The actors strike, which was last year, which a lot of people are probably familiar with because a lot of big name celebrities were involved. It was basically the same thing, except the actors, as it pertains to motion picture and television. But it was the same argument: is the use of artificial intelligence and our yeah, ability to participate in that. So our very livelihood as video game actors and performance capture actors, our very livelihood is at stake here because if you play this out all the way, we're all out of work, and there's just no two ways about it. And we like to think that the fans would still like a human element to these games. So all we're asking of the fans out there, we're not asking to boycott the games or anything, but we are asking to be aware, spread the word, support us online on your own online platforms, so that we can show the publishers that indeed the fans are behind this as well.
Genuinely, Steve, as an actor, how does it feel when you hear your voice being used and you didn't say those words? How does it actually
It,
feel as a
it
human?
is it is the strangest thing, and it happened to me once. I was at a convention, and somebody came up to our table and gave me their phone and had me listen to it. And I had to listen to it for probably, I don't know, 3, 4 minutes before I was absolutely convinced it was not me. These were words that I did not say, because you do a lot of sessions, you do a lot of things. It's like, well, maybe I'm just not remembering this, and did I really? And I had, and finally, yeah, then you start to hear certain inflections and things that were like, okay, no, that's not me. But it was pretty doggone close, and this was done by an amateur. This wasn't even a professional thing, and what it made me cognizant of is it was very harmless. You know, the thing was about Master Chief giving dating advice, or yeah, you know, how to do a job interview or something like that. It was all very, very innocent, but it could very well have been not innocent, and it could have very well been something that you know I would want to have no part of, be it political in nature or sexual in nature or violent or you know whatever. And yet people would believe that it was me and my voice actually saying this stuff, and that's where it gets really scary. And we need to have some kind of control on this. I just read that there was a thing, some guys out of Nashville or University of Tennessee, I believe, have come up with a way of coding music so that it so that AI cannot sample it, and there's some indecipherable tone that runs through it that confuses artificial intelligence, and they can't use it to create some other kind of music. So maybe there's something like that we can come up with AI for voice that would be helpful. I don't know. It's a brave new world, Claire. That's all I can tell you.
I
We
know.
are in uncharted waters.
I mean, I'm not an actor or a voice actor, and I do believe that AI is here to stay, and it's a great tool actually
Yeah.
when used in the right hands, like you said.
Yes.
If it's used
Yes.
for evil, and I've
Yes.
watched enough sci-fi movies to know that human beings can be crap. So like,
Exactly. I got one word for you: Terminator.
I know. Oh my god, I know this is the thing. Like, and it does feel like it's a very strange sensation as somebody who grew up with sci-fi.
Mm.
And now I'm seeing it play out and I'm like, wow, Skynet, it's kind of here.
Here we are. Yeah. Welcome to the brave new world. It is weird. Yeah.
Oh gosh. But well, I hope everything goes better in 2025 in regards
I hope so
to
too.
that. So fingers crossed.
Hopefully we'll get this settled and we can all move on and do the things that we want to do. So that's
Yes.
my fondest hope.
Before we get to 2025, we have Christmas to get through.
Mm,
And so I wanted to ask you about Christmas movies and music. I know that
hmm
you were really heavily involved. You were a DJ for a long, long time. And
Right.
so music for you is part of you, it's part of your life. So at Christmas
Very much so.
time, what kind of music gets played in your household?
Well, a lot. My wife is a Christmas music nut. And what we end up playing more often than not, there's not a Christmas that's gone by since I've known her that we haven't played James Brown's Funky Christmas from start to finish. And it is a as only James Brown could have done. His interpretation of various you know Santa Claus is coming to town and whatnot. So that's always, you know, it's weird, Claire. I'm sort of more of a, in some ways, almost a traditionalist. You know what I really love to listen to? Handel's Messiah. I mean,
Oh,
you don't get much more classic than that, and
oh,
I love that. Um, but on the more contemporary front, there's one of my favorite Christmas songs is one that's I don't think very well known. It's by the band, and it's called "Christmas Must Be Tonight." It's a wonderful song, and it really gets you in the spirit. It's very touching. So if you can get your hands on it, I mean, everything's available now, but you know, I'm sure you can Spotify it or Apple Music or whatever. But it's probably my favorite Christmas song.
I was thinking about Christmas music the other day. I listen to a lot of like 50s and 60s sounds when I'm in the kitchen
Hmm
at Christmas time. I don't know, it's that it just feels like that kind of time of year. But apart from, and if we're talking about contemporary, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas, which gets
Oh
played
my God!
everywhere, I'm
Yeah.
thinking, like, what are the really super modern, famous Christmas songs? For me, it just feels like it stopped at a certain point, and now I don't listen to anything sort of new. Do you feel that way?
True. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's us, and you know, maybe there's those really super memorable you know Christmases. I have a friend of mine, a guy, my trainer actually that I work with. He has a game that he plays with his friends where they try to get through the entire Christmas season without hearing Wham's Christmas song, which I can't even recall what it is, but apparently it is unavoidable. So their game is, can they get through the entire Christmas without hearing Wham do whatever Christmas song they did?
It's
So
Last Christmas, wasn't it? Wham's Last Christmas. I would try and
uh,
sing it for you, Steve, but as you can hear, I've got a Christmas bug. so,
there you go.
so
That's well, we'll save that for next year.
you have been spared this day, Steve. You have been spared. Like, thank the Lord of Christmas. And in terms of like, okay, your kids are grown up now, right? So you don't have
Yes.
the
Right.
same sort of traditions, I guess. But do you have grandkids
Right.
now?
I have grandkids. I have two twin daughters who are 13 and a twin grandson who is 9.
Love it. So is the pressure off for you a little bit now? You don't have to be like the dad at Christmas. You can just like rock up and just
Yeah,
relax.
well, yeah, and yes, but in all honesty, it was always, my wife who carried the heavy load on on all of that. But yeah, as a grandfather, all you have to do is enjoy it, and we do enjoy. In fact, we're going out. They live out in Colorado, and we're going out for Christmas and New Year's. We rented a house up in the mountains, and it'll be hopefully a really classic. Last year we did it. We rented this fantastic log cabin that was just lovely, and we got a Christmas tree set up and everything. So we're going to do something similar to that. It's really very traditional looking for sure.
Are
The
your
kids love it too.
are your grandkids old enough to know what their grandfather does or what the about the master?
Yes.
Do they know about the Master Chief?
They know about the Master Chief. My grandson Oscar is a gamer. He plays. I don't know that Halo is his game of choice. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you, but he's fully in, and he will. He's sort of nonplussed by it. Like it may come up in I don't think he uses it as as commerce. You know what I mean? To get something, but every once in a while it might come up in conversation, and he'll say something. Yeah, my granddad's the voice of Master Chief, and of course his friends like flip out. And he's kind of like, yeah, whatever. He's still GPA. So yeah, they are somewhat they're cool with. That's all they've ever known. So I've been doing Master Chief for as long as they've been alive. So it's kind of not a big deal to them,
It's that way when
which is cute.
you look at your parents and they're not cool, or your grandparents. You're like, oh, they're
Right.
just my grandparents. Did you ever look at your parents and think what they did was particularly cool or inspiring, I
Hmm.
guess?
Yeah, unfortunately not. My dad, he ran a meat packing company, and he started from the ground up when he started on the literally on the ground floor and worked his way up to running the place, which was no small feat back in those days. But I don't think I ever fully appreciated what it took, for him to be able to do that. And my mom was a very accomplished woman, and yeah, but I think, yeah, it's at first and foremost is they're still just mom and dad.
Always,
So
always. And as we get older, I think as you go, I was thinking about this recently. Now I understand my parents more at this age, and I can forgive
yeah,
them for a lot more now. When
I
you're,
think that's very true.
you
It's
know,
just like, oh, now I get it.
now I get it
You know?
because like
Yeah.
life is hard. I'm an adult, and it's
Yeah.
like like yeah, man, this life is really it sucks. Life sucks.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
I get it now. It doesn't all just come to you.
No, there's bills to pay and rent to pay. Tell me about
Exactly.
Christmas as a kid for you, Steve. Your parents. Can you remember a present that you got when you were younger that you were overjoyed about, that you were very excited about?
Yes. Well, there's some I remember getting. Uh, I don't even know if you remember this movie, the Ben Hur. It was an old,
Yes,
Charlton
yes.
Heston
My
was the
mum
guy
loved
in
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we loved it. In fact, it was one of the first movies I ever remember going to with my mom and dad. Anyway, they got me for one Christmas the Ben-Hur outfit, the chest plate and the helmet and the sword and all that. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. But I think the biggest one, and this again, this is so classical, um, was when we got bikes for Christmas. I can remember coming around the corner, into our living room, and I still believed in Santa Claus at that time. And there were, I think my brother and I both got bikes for Christmas, and there they were, parked, all shiny and chrome and all of that. And I can remember it almost like it was yesterday, which is such a big deal.
Oh, I love that. Did you do that with your kids then? Did you get them
Oh
bikes?
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah, we did, yeah, did that's such a classic thing to do, but we did that, and it was a lot of fun. Putting it together was not as much as fun, but it was. I do remember that. That was a lot of fun.
I love that. And okay, so tell me for 2025, if you were to send a message out to the people that follow you online and even
Mm.
friends and family, what would you say you want people to think about going into the new year?
Well, from a I suppose a selfish standpoint, I would really like this strike to be settled so that we can all get back to work and do the things that we love and make the games that are so important to everybody. But on a much broader scale, the speaking of music, another song comes to mind that I wish would happen, and it's John Lennon's classic "Happy Christmas, the War is Over." And with the incredible, senseless loss of life and home and that's happening in Gaza and Ukraine and all that, that would be the best possible Christmas gift, is to be able to finally stop that insanity and let people live, and be kind to one another. That seemed, how did that become a lost art? you know Listening to one another and understanding one another's point of view. What a great Christmas present that would be if we could recapture that feeling and do those. So those would be my fondest Christmas wishes.
I love that. And Game On Expo are very much looking forward to seeing you in Phoenix.
I can't wait. It's such a great show. I love Phoenix. I love the show. It's been a few years since I've been there, so we're really, really excited about Game On Expo this year. That's going to be great.
And you got a favorite steak place in Phoenix? I remember you said to me
Yeah,
before.
yeah. I'm struggling to read because it's been a number of years, but I will find it, and we will go out and you can sample it for yourself and see what you think.
For those listening and watching along, last time Steve and I spoke, I think you mentioned the steak was like massive. I can't wait to watch you eat the steak. A steak the size of your head.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just. I want to watch.
right. Yeah, that might be, that might seem like a better idea in theory than it is in fact, but we'll find out. We'll put it to the test.
It's the meat sweats, Steve. It's always the meat sweats that you
Yes, indeed.
get.
Yes, indeed.
And the,
Oh, by the way, one other thing that's happened that I do want to be thankful for, and I got an early Christmas gift. Um, this is a plaque from YouTube commemorating our 100,000th subscriber. So I'm very happy about that. My stepson Austin Pruitt is integral in helping me manage the YouTube page, so he's the one that really deserves this. But we're very excited that we made it to 100,000 and on to 200,000.
oh my God, congratulations. That's amazing. You get a plaque? That's so cool.
Like, yeah, you got a plaque? How about that? A plaque and everything.
That's amazing.
Those
Steve,
YouTube people are so thoughtful.
I want a plaque. Steve, thank you so much for chatting to me. We'll see you in April 2025 at Game On Expo. Take care.
Oh,
Been we
Claire,
clear?
it's always a pleasure. I want
Always.
you over this cold by then.
I will be fine by then. I will be absolutely
Okay.
fine. I've been Wee Claire. This has been Steve, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.
Take care.